Guys, let me get myself put together here. We're good? Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get myself a drink because I can't be doing this without no drinks. So I will be right back. Right. All right. Oh, yay. Okay, I'm back, guys. Had to get myself a drink. I can't do this without having a drink because if not, I'm like, I need something, I need something. And sometimes throat. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I hope y'all are planning to enjoy your weekend. You have to excuse my hair. My hair is a bit of a mess. I went for my walk, which is why I'm late, because I took my walk today. And my walk usually takes about an hour, but I ran a little bit behind on my appointments. So it ate into my buffer time because I give myself buffer time. So that way when I go to my walk, I still have enough time to get back here, get changed and then get comfortable again to do this. So that's what happened. So that's why I'm late, y'all. Anyways, okay, so I gotta go through my spiel. And y'all can go ahead and start putting your questions in the comment section below. I'm going to get to y'all shortly. Of course, my statements are personal opinions, not proven facts. Whatever decisions or actions you take, you are 100% responsible and liable for those. You can change the future. It's never set in stone. I know a lot of people worry about that, but you really can if you want to. And I'm not a licensed medical doctor, counselor, attorney, or law enforcement official. You can still ask me those kinds of questions, but for legal medical advice or treatment, you should always consult with a licensed professional. What else? Psychics do not know everything. They do not see everything. Get that out of your head. You guys have to have realistic expectations. We're only able to sense things. So even though I make it look like it's really easy and I can do it, most psychics, and this is for most psychics, they don't know everything or see everything. So whenever we're tuning in, we're only able to sense details. A lot of psychics make the mistake of assuming a lot of big things from those minor details, but stick to the details. So I try to focus on the details and then describe what I'm seeing or what I am getting based on those details. I could be wrong, of course, in my interpretation. So that's why we don't know everything or see everything, but we base everything off of those details. So if you want me to tune into your life, just ask me a specific question. So if you want to know about your health, your finances, career, and work and relationship, you need to be specific about what exactly in that category you want to know about. Just asking me to tell you what I see or do I have any messages for you? I don't have time to figure out what your question is. I just want you to ask it. And that way I can get to it so I can keep moving down the line. If you are asking me about a loved one in spirit, let me know who you want me to connect with, and I'll try to connect with that individual and see if I can bring through any messages to validate that they are with you. If you have received a message or you would like to share your story of having received information or gotten a reading, then go ahead and feel free to share that in the post right after this video feed. If you're on YouTube and Facebook, then you might get hit by a troll, someone who's basically going to ask you to message them because they'll give you a reading or whatever. Those are all trolls. They're all fake accounts. They're basically trying to take your money. Don't buy into it. You should never buy into anything like that on social media. So don't buy into it. And if it has the name Fernando, I don't really tell people to private message me on Facebook or YouTube or on Instagram. I don't ask people to private message me. So if someone's asking you to private message you and they have my name, no, I don't think so. It's not me. I don't message people in the middle of this, so I'm right here talking to y'all. So if someone messages you, it's not me or it's not my people. So just FYI with that, okay? What else? What else? What else? If you enjoy these lives, or you're enjoying this, you can give me a heart if you're on Instagram. If you are on Facebook or YouTube, give me a thumbs up, and also just share this out with people. Share it with your followers, or you can share this with a friend who you think needs the chance to ask me a question. What else? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So I'm gonna do half text and then I'll do half. Yeah. Also, you can, if you get tired of waiting for me to answer your question, because some people get tired and they're like, I just want you to answer my question. Just go to my website. I have like pricing options for everybody on there. So I have really, really inexpensive options on there as well. So check it out. Everything that you need to know is on there. You can get there through the, links in my profile on my account if you're on Instagram or on YouTube or on Facebook. So just or just go to fernandomarone.com. You can just go straight there. All right, let's get started. So I'm not going in any particular order. Of course, I'm not going to be able to read everybody. I can only read so many people in an hour. So I'm just going to go through and just kind of highlight or pick some and then run through it. If you want to be on video call with me, you have to do it through Instagram because that's the only one that allows me to do that. Okay. All right, let's go here. Angela Danny Farrington. I have a 17-year-old son. How many more kids will I have and when? Also, will my surgery in March help me get pregnant? I feel like you might have only one more child. So I'm thinking you might end up just having one more. I know you might want more than that, but I'm kind of only seeing one. That can mean a couple of things. That can mean that you have one and then it may not seem viable after that, and then you may decide that's it, or you may just have one and then decide you don't want to go further. But I feel like there's only going to be one more. Okay, so I'm only seeing one more child, and the time frame. I want to say that the time frame may have more to do with like May of next year because I'm seeing baby energy for you in May of 2022. So next year, 2022, I'm seeing baby energy around that time. So that could be when you're getting pregnant, when you're celebrating your baby shower, or you're having a baby. That's what I'm thinking that's going to be the case. The surgery that you have, it might make things a little easier, but I don't necessarily think it's going to be a drastic improvement to your ability to have kids. I do think it'll make it easier, which might be enough. So I'm thinking that there will be a benefit, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be a complete, okay, after that, you're going to be a baby making machine. I don't see you becoming a baby making machine after that. I feel like it'll just make things a little bit easier for you. I got the TV on in the background, y'all. So y'all might hear Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune in the background. Sometimes I need to like have TV playing in the background or music because it helps me to feel more relaxed. People, y'all are funny. What does my future look like? I don't know. Which part of your future? We're not doing it for a reading, so I need you to be specific. Linda McMillan. Do we all have spiritual guides? The belief is yes. The belief is that we all have guides, and the idea is that we each have one person who's like our guide. They're like our guidance counselor in spirit. They helped us plan out or map out the experiences that we wanted to have before we came into life, and they're just still hanging out on that side or in that state. So our voice of conscience, sometimes the thing that's kind of making you want to do something that you normally wouldn't do, like, hey, go back and lock your door. You didn't lock your door. You didn't lock your door. That obsessive thought may actually be your guide trying to help you with some things. But they typically focus more on like bigger experiences, not so much on like the little minute details that sometimes we are, caught up in. But everybody has a guide, is a belief. And some people have more than one, but everybody has a guide. Jennifer Solis, does my spirit guide have any messages for me? I feel like your spirit guide wants you to learn to say no more often, or be a bit more like follow through with the word no. Because sometimes you might say yes when you really don't want to, and you might need to really stick to the no's. So this is going to be a year where you need to practice saying no. Alley Kitchen, is the job I'm in now going to be long term and successful? I feel like the job that you're in now will probably. I think that you're going to stay put for maybe 2.5, 3 years at the most. And then I think you're going to move to another location, which could mean that the job is going to have another location for you to move to, or you're just going to get another job. So I feel like that 2.5, 3 year mark is when I think things will change in that way. Okay, let's go over here. XOGG3. Will I get pregnant soon? I feel like you might be 3 years. 3 years. You might be 3 months away from a potential pregnancy because I'm seeing baby energy around you in about 3 or 4 months. So that's pretty soon, actually. Brain Ranger. Fernie, I've been dreaming really heavy and it feels like a warning, but I cannot remember enough messages from my mom or guides. Yeah. Here's the way you do this. If you are going through a period where you're having a lot of intense dreams, what I would recommend is that you have like your note app on your phone. And if you wake up in the middle of the night, just take a moment to open up that app and type 3 words that have to do with pieces of your dream. Because if you put down 3 words that are descriptives of big parts of the dream, when you wake up, you will remember the rest of the dream just by being triggered by those 3 words. So they're like triggers. So that's a good way to like remember some of those dreams. You know, right now you dreaming heavy. It could be a couple of things. I do think that your hormones might be affecting or aggravating some things. So there's some changes there that I think might be contributing to that. But I also feel that you might still be picking up on the remnants of what we've all been through, like what's going on right now, because there's still people who are still going through stuff and people who are still struggling. And then also we're still dealing with COVID, y'all. So there's a lot there. And I think that some of the heaviness in your dreams may have to do with either lessons that we're going through, things that you might be expecting or things that may be coming up for you, or just energy, emotional energy, because it's very heavy. This is the reason why I moved out to New Mexico, y'all, because being in Houston, it's a huge city. There's a lot of people, and it's not that I don't love Houston or that I don't connect with Houston. It's just that it's like being, you ever feel like when you go to a concert and there's a lot of people, and there's just like, after the concert's over, there's just still a lot of people and it feels like overwhelming and you just want to get the hell out of there? That's what the city Houston felt like to me. It just felt like that on an energy level. Like I felt like I was constantly being pulled by the energy. And it was just because of the vicinity of being so close and involved in that state. When you are in a place of nature, when you're out in nature, for example, where I am, I'm outside of a major city area. It's very much nature. Like nature is like a majority of the space around us. The vibration or the frequency of nature is very healing. It also has it has a resonance where if you spend enough time outside or in nature, you actually start to take on the qualities or the vibration of nature. So it actually helps to like lift your vibration. It helps to increase your positivity and that level of energy. This is why, like when we have animals, sometimes being around animals and away from people can help us to feel better. But this is why also animals sometimes will take on their owners or their parents' energy, because they are absorbing that, which is what we do with people and the city and stuff like that. So that's why I live out here, because it's easier on my systems because of the work that I do. So and that was a long answer, but I don't know. Because I was reading a question. Ferny, do you know if the third person my mom keeps mentioning is her boyfriend's daughter? My mom brought up a third person when we did our live on Wednesday. I have no idea because I don't remember any of that conversation. So I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea because I don't remember the conversation. And low. Does my cousin who recently passed away have anything to say to me or pass on to anyone? Yeah, first of all, they're almost showing me like a break or a split. I don't know. There's a little bit of a disconnect that's happening in the family, or people are kind of not connecting with a different part of the family because they're bringing up almost like a disconnect or a split that's going on. They also keep thank you. They also keep acknowledging the number 5, which would be the month of May or the 5th of any month. They also keep acknowledging thank you. They're showing me a red vehicle. It almost feels like red or maroonish colored. I don't know if there is a red or maroonish vehicle associated with their passing, or if this was just something that was something special for them, like a red or maroonish vehicle that they would have like had and was like their favorite, because I'm almost seeing a picture. So there's something there that they're also making reference to as well. They also, I'm thinking of a Cadillac. So it might even be a Cadillac, because I'm kind of thinking of a Cadillac as I'm seeing. So there might be something like that as well. Your cousin, or if y'all are planning on a pic. They're okay. They're fine. Jenna Bolognese. Franny, does my spirit guides have any messages for me? I have someone around me. Yeah, what's interesting about this is sometimes people, and I've said this before, like everything really does happen for a reason, and we don't always know the details, but everything really does happen for a reason. And even if we think we're making mistakes or we're actually messing up, even that in itself will be used. It's almost like nothing is ever wasted. There is never waste. There's only choices, decisions, and the consequences of that, but nothing has ever gone to waste. We're always going to use whatever we go through in life, even if we're living on purpose or if we're actually living a hot mess, right? Everything gets used up. With that being said, I feel like with your father's diagnosis, what they're making me feel is they're making me feel like people sometimes will not do certain things or go through certain experiences that are necessary for them, and instead they try to avoid those opportunities or circumstances. And sometimes we get into those experiences because they offer something to us or to the people around us. Here's an example. Let me just make up an example to help you understand this. Let's say someone was a control freak and they were always wanting to dominate people. They were always wanting to, people were afraid of them, or they were always wanting to outdo everybody. They were always felt like they were, So consider someone that's like that, that's always in charge or always got their, they seem like they have things under their control. And then later in life, they end up having or going through the experience of Alzheimer's, and they end up having to be taken care of. Well, there's a lot of stuff they probably didn't experience when they were younger that they were supposed to go experience or have the opportunity to experience, where there was allowing someone in, allowing people to take care of them, allowing people to be there for them, asking for help. Some of these things that maybe were necessary for their path in their life contract. Some of these things may have been meant to occur for them, but they didn't have it. And so the experience may be created on a soul level to allow them to have some of this before they're out. So sometimes, and so they're forced to have to let people take care of them. They're forced to have to ask for help. They're forced to have to, depend on the kindness of strangers, etc. Sometimes we find ourselves in situations where it's not a it's a painful experience to go through, and it's something that it may not be any easier, even in accepting the diagnosis, but there's something to be gained from it, even though we don't understand it on a human level. So they're acknowledging that there's an opportunity to advance something between you and your father because of this. And this is an opportunity for you to experience some things with him that you may not have been able to experience or see before. Okay? Perfect. Farrington, Angela, Danny. Hi, Ferny. You talked to my sister, Amy, about my dad's prostate cancer. My dad has decided to go through with it after talk to him. Yay, thank you. Awesome. I still want y'all to look at the price, though, because I feel like y'all can bring it down to 15 or 16,000. So y'all need to check the pricing, or if there's another. The reason why I kept seeing that is, like, you know, sometimes if someone worked for a certain company and they still have like pension, or if someone was in the military, they might be able to qualify for also a reduction or a certain type of thing. There's something there that I felt would help to bring that cost down, which is why I feel that y'all may be able to do it in a much more costly or effective way. Tansy and Fern, is there anything specific I can do to help out my fertility pregnancy journey? Yeah, I feel like one of your ovaries is slightly, the fallopian tube connecting to the ovary, it feels like it's slightly, it's almost, I don't want to say it's crushed, because it doesn't feel like it's crushed. It almost feels like it's, something's off with it, and it's not allowing, or it doesn't really help with the process of the way I want to describe it is like, okay, so when you think of the ovary, it releases an egg, right, on a monthly schedule. So it releases the egg gets released. As it gets released, everything is like timed, right? Everything is timed within the system. The system, as soon as there's a certain point, it releases hormones that actually produce, you know, the process of having a period, etc. All that stuff like occurs in a very timely fashion. But I almost feel like the amount of time it's taking for the egg to get into the right area to begin the process of insemination or whatever, something feels off with that. And I want to say it has something to do with the fallopian tube, which might actually be affecting that, because I feel like something's off with the tube. It's not getting to where it needs to get to in time, so it's missing the train, and then nothing's happening. So you might need to take a look at that or ask about that, because if that's the case, you know, you might be starting a period before you're actually, or starting your cycle before the egg has even had a chance to get to where it needs to get to. And if that's the case, that could definitely help you to kind of get around that in some way. I'm hoping that you could get away with that. But I'm thinking that there's something there to pay attention to. Okay. Bring somebody on. I think it's time, right? I think it's time to bring somebody on. Let's see. There's a new. Oh, they changed the thing at the bottom. What is that? Oh, interesting. Oh, that's new. It's like people can ask questions directly, I guess, and it has all the questions listed there. Well, that's cool. Huh, I've never seen that before. I wonder, so, talk New York, recent changes in your relationships. How pretty have been having a lot of flashbacks with brothers. Okay, here, let's try this. Let me click this and see if it shows up on the screen. There it is. Look, it showed up on the screen. Oh, I love that. Okay, guys, I don't know how to do that. So, if y'all want to, I don't know how to do that. That's cool though. I like that because that helps to like highlight the question, because the other way I was doing it, I mean, I'm still going to do the other way as well, but that's pretty cool. Hi, Ferny. I've been having a lot of flashback on my brother. Is there any messages from him? Yeah. Interestingly enough, the flashback isn't you remembering your brother. The flashback is actually your brother visiting with you or coming around you, and your brain is trying to make sense of the information or make sense of the energy, and it's showing you flashbacks or memories to help you understand or recognize the energy. So a lot of people think, or they believe, that when you're just doing nothing and then all of a sudden you suddenly have that person in your mind or you feel them, it's not because you just decided to think about them randomly. It's because your brain is trying to figure that out. Like, there's something here, the energy, I recognize it, and then shows you memory to relate to that. That's how it works, because that's how my ability works. I basically am tuning in, I'm sensing the energy, I'm picking up on pieces, and then I will see memories, or I'll feel an emotion that I can relate to, or I will I'll see something visually that represents something to me, and then I put the pieces together and make my best guess. So my predictions, my feedback, my me telling y'all is a best guess. It's not like this is like actually going to happen. There's no way around it, or this will happen. This is my best guess for what I think is happening based on the pieces that I'm sensing. It's like a weatherman. That's why I say this is a lot more like being a weatherman than it is, being like, okay, this is exactly what's going to happen and there's no way around it. No, because things sometimes turn out a little bit differently. But yes, I think it's your brother coming around to say hello. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you. You might have actually been going through a period of depression, or you might have been feeling very low, and they're kind of just coming around to let you know they're around you, to not feel so alone, or to not feel like you're on your own. There's a white dog there as well, so I don't know if you'll have a white dog or a lighter colored dog that's in spirit, but I'm seeing that also. Okay, all right, now let me pick somebody, because I was going to pick somebody anyways. Let's go to Stephanie. Gotta fix my picture and put this louder. Okay, let's see if she comes on. Hello.
Hello, I just had
How you
back
doing?
surgery. I didn't think you were gonna choose me.
Oh yeah. You're fine. You're
Oh my
fine.
God.
You're fine. So you're no worries. It's just me. It's just me. So don't you worry yourself.
Yeah, but there's people watching this.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. If you don't want to,
Oh,
you don't have to. But if you
let
want
me
to go
turn the
ahead and
light
ask,
out. That's better.
okay. You're fine. You're fine. What did you want to ask me about?
Um, I was just kind of seeing if there's a man in my future.
Okay, yeah. If you're gonna meet anybody or get into a relationship.
Yeah, anytime soon. Or if
Mm.
my nanny's out here watching, because I feel like she's been.
uh, I feel, yeah, when it comes to like a new relationship or something that's like a significant relationship, I kind of feel like it's gonna be a little while actually. I'm not seeing anything stick for about 2 years and 3 months. So you
Oh,
might be, yeah. I do think that someone might try to set you up with someone before the year's over with. Person's name is Armin or Armon. Um, but I don't think that's going to go anywhere, and they may give you mixed messages, so you may decide meh, and then you just don't go forward with it.
oh, okay.
Yeah, but 2 years and 3 months, it's not too full. It's not too long. That's when I see you kind of settling down with someone new.
Okay, and then just my nanny, if she's present.
If she what?
If she's present.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you. You say, oh,
Uh,
if your grandmother's present or if she's
yeah, my
around.
nanny.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. So when I tune into your grandma, thank you. She's laughing. Are there two ways to call her nanny? Because I'm hearing nanny and nini or nini as well. Is there another nanny?
Nanny and Nana.
Okay. No, there's another. Someone may have called her Nini, or there might be another Nini or Nini. So I don't think it's Nana. I think it's like Nini or Nini. It's almost like an I or an E that would be next to the ends. But there's a reference there, so she's acknowledging that. She also keeps referencing. Thank you. She's showing me the number 3. Do you know if Jennifer, if the third or March is connected?
March or the third. Mm-mm.
Okay, so there's a reference to the third. So it would either be the third of any month or March as being significant because she's showing that to me. She also keeps, thank you. She just said that yes. So she referenced a date in March and she said there's another one in April too. So there's almost like significant dates in March and in April. They may not necessarily be her dates, they may be for you, but she's acknowledging March and April, both months back to back. There's like significant dates back to back.
Hmm.
Okay, that's okay. I'll leave that with you because you might need to think about it. She also keeps referencing, thank you. Um, do you have a picture of yourself on a swing or a picture of her on a swing?
Yes.
Okay, because she's acknowledging that, so there's a reference there. She also keeps acknowledging, thank you. Do you have something that goes on like a couch or sofa that would have been connected to her as well?
Yes, we all have baby blankets
Perfect.
that
Because
we've
she's
all kept.
perfect. You know what? The reason why I was asking is because she was showing me. I was seeing the show Roseanne back when they used to put that like blanket. It was I didn't call it a blanket. It was like a shawl or something, and it would go on the back of the couch. But she was
Mm-hmm.
showing me that, so that's when I was figuring if there was something connected to her sitting on the thing. She also, thank you. She is showing me two pieces of jewelry that seem like they're almost identical, but they're not exactly the same thing. Do y'all have two pieces of jewelry that have similarities, but they're not exactly the same thing to each other?
No, but we each have each other's middle name, and we have this mole on
Mm-mm.
our chest that's the
No,
exact
no,
same.
no. She's showing me jewelry. So this is jewelry. So she's acknowledging a piece. It's almost like if someone had a locket, and then someone else had something else, but it's not a locket, but it has the same shape. It's almost like there's something where there's two pieces of jewelry that have they look similar to each other, but they're not exactly the same thing. She's acknowledging something like that. So you might have to think about that as well because she's
Yeah.
shown me. I'm almost seeing it that way. She also, thank you. Okay. Got it. Do y'all have a flower garden or a rose garden connected to grandma as well?
A sunflower.
Okay, because she's acknowledging, like, I'm seeing flowers in the garden, so she's acknowledging something like this that would be significant to her as well. So she's acknowledging that. She also keeps acknowledging the picture of her that's like black and white, or it's like it's color and it's also black and white. So do y'all have a picture of her where it's a color version, but then there's also a black and white version of it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because she's showing me that as well. So she's making reference to that. She's also acknowledging the month of 11. So the 11th of a month or the month of November is going to be connected. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're going to have to go and look those things up because you didn't catch some of those things. But she's around you and she is with you. And there's a small child with her. So someone must have lost a child because she's got a child with them.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. All right,
All
sweetheart.
right.
All right, sweetheart. You take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Let's see. Going over here. Let's go here. Look at this girl's picture here. Hello.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
How you
happy to
doing?
show you. Good,
How
how
you
are
doing, sweetheart?
you?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. Thank you for asking. What did you want to ask me about?
Just I feel like I quantum leaped in the past like month. So I just want to see if I have any messages from my mom or my spirit guides. You've done a live or we've done a session together like a couple years ago,
Oh,
but
cool. Cool.
yeah.
Okay. Excellent. So what was it? I'm sorry. What was the question? I was like my
Any
brain.
messages from my mom or my spirit guides?
Perfect. Mom. That's funny because I'm seeing two mother figures. Do you have another mother figure in spirit as well? Because I'm almost seeing two mother figures for you.
I think one of them would be my grandma, who also,
Okay. Do
yeah,
you know? Thank you. Does she have problems eating or chewing or her teeth because she's doing this like almost like there was pain?
my mom, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So she's acknowledging that and making reference to that. She's also pointing to her chest or her heart. Do you know there was some complications that affected her chest or her heart?
Yeah.
Got it. She also keeps acknowledging the discoloration of her skin. Was her skin changing colors or was there some issues going on there as well?
Right before her passing, yes.
Perfect. She's also referencing two things. She's also talking about two necklaces, but one was made after her passing.
Yep.
So are there perfect. She's just referencing that as well. She also keep thinking, is there an Alex or an Ali or an Alma name?
No, Ashley is me.
Okay.
I'll write that down right now.
Okay. Because I'm seeing it almost like an AL. Now I know Ashley, I mean, I guess you could say that. If it is Ashley, I mean, it could be. I feel like I'm almost wanting to say ALMA or AL and then whatever the name is. So I'm feeling like it's kind of want to go in that. Do you have did a child make a picture or write her a letter?
I can write that down as well.
Okay. Because I don't know if this is you finding something that you made when you were a kid that has mom, like Happy Mother's Day, and then this coming up, or if a child made her, like, because I'm almost seeing like a child, it looks like a child's writing, so that's why I'm feeling that way.
I think it might be me.
Okay. Were you thinking about getting a heart tattoo?
I have a heart necklace.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Is it inscribed or is there something etched in it?
This tattoo right here has her with a butterfly. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. No?
No, that's not it. It's
her
almost.
ashes are in it.
That's not it. She's showing me. No, this is something else. It almost feels like I'm looking at like a heart.
Okay.
It's either a piece of art that's heart, or it's something etched or carved that's a heart. but there's almost you know what? You know, whenever like I go out and like sometimes people go to places and they collect special rocks and they bring them back. It's almost like the idea of like a heart rock or like a special rock that's a heart that has something written on it. There's something there that she's almost showing me where it feels like it's etched in.
Okay, I got
Okay,
it.
and I'll leave that with you. She also keeps referencing thank you. Okay, she's laughing.
She's always laughing.
She's goofy. Your mom is goofy. I can hear her laughing and she's like goofy, goofy. I was like, oh, you goofy girl. Thank you. She's holding your hand.
I felt that. I
Yeah,
felt that when I was meditating the other night. I felt
yeah,
like a solid cement in my hand
yeah.
vibrating like
She's
hot.
like holding your hand, so she's like wanting to like make that obvious to me.
That's amazing.
She's also thank you. She's just a 22. Is there a connection to the 22nd of a month or February 2nd?
Um, February
Mm-hmm.
22nd. Not
I
a
almost feel like I'm seeing an engagement ring. Is someone planning on getting married in February? Is there an engagement connection to the second of a month, the 22nd or February?
something I have to look into.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would, yeah, because I saw that 22nd and then I almost wanted to go to like an engagement or I saw a ring. So I was trying to figure out where she was going with this, but there's just a reference there. She's okay. She's with you. She also says that she tries to get the birds to sing for you. So
Uh-huh.
singing birds are her gift to you. So she's acknowledging that.
I hear them. I notice them more now than ever. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. She says she tries to get them to sing for you. So that's going to be something from her.
I
Okay.
love that.
You might be moving. Are you aware of this?
I was considering it, yeah.
Okay. I feel like you are probably going to be moving in about 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
Okay. All right, sweetheart. Well, you take care of yourself and stay safe, okay?
Thank you for doing this for us. Thanks
Oh,
for
you're welcome. Thank you. My pleasure.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, let's see. Going there. Right here. Hello. Hello. How you doing, sweetheart?
Hi,
Hi. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Oh,
How are
good.
you?
Are you good? Are you driving?
I know my
Okay, good.
partner's driving.
Good. I want to make sure. I don't want to be. I'm like, you pull your ass over if you're driving. So,
No, I'm fine. I'm not driving.
all right. What did you want to ask me?
Do we have any messages from my brother-in-law?
First of all, there's an older female, so I want to say that there's an older. It might be a grandma. Are both your grandmas passed?
My mom's side.
Okay.
Mom,
Well, but your other grandmas are still alive.
yeah, my dad's side, yeah.
Okay. There's a grandmother energy, but I've got two older. I feel like I've got two older females. So this would either be a grandma and her sister, or a grandmother and an aunt. But there's two older females that are in spirit. One of them is acknowledged. First of all, one of them is talking about cancer. So I want to say that one of them had cancer. I also keep hearing choo-choo or chocho or chi-chi or choo-choo-choo or cho-cho-cho. I almost want to say it that way. So is there a nickname choo-choo or chocho?
Um, Chucho, maybe.
Who is that?
That's my brother-in-law.
Okay, got it. So your grandmother might be, and is that the brother-in-law that you were asking me about?
No.
Okay, that's okay. The females are acknowledging this nickname or name, so if that's your brother-in-law, they might be acknowledging if there's stuff going on around in the family with this person or in the family, they may just be acknowledging whatever they are seeing or observing. The grandmother is also, thank you. Could she be a little bit like mean, your grandma, your mom's mom?
I didn't meet her. She passed before I was even born.
Okay, here's what I would say. If you ask your mom, she might be able to confirm this, but it almost feels like a little bit of a, I wouldn't say nasty, but just kind of mean, like they liked things a certain way, or they were kind of, they could be a little bit, tough. She is acknowledging this, but she's also apologizing for it. So she's almost referencing that she might have not always been the softest or the most gentlest person, and sometimes she could be a little bit tough. So she's apologizing for that. She's also talking about the three siblings. Does your mom have three siblings, or is she one of three?
No, I believe no, they're like, there's more than three.
Okay. She's acknowledging three siblings. So, and I feel like she's still talking about your mom. Do you know there's something happening right now where the family's splitting or people are not talking to other people and there's like three siblings that are primarily connected to that?
Um, my mom maybe she don't speak to one of them, I believe.
Mm-mm. You might need to talk to your mom about this because your grandma's acknowledging three siblings, so she's
Yeah.
making reference to the three. So she's acknowledging that. So you might need to. Is there also a Rosie or Rosa or Ross type name?
Roasting. Not that I know. No,
There's
not
a
that I
Rosie,
know.
Rosa, Ross. Okay, that's okay. I'll leave that with you. Your grandma's acknowledging this R name, like Rosie, Rosa, Rose type name that is connected.
Mhm.
So she's making reference to that. I feel like if
Mhm.
you ask your mom, she's gonna know exactly what the hell I'm talking about, just because the pieces and how they're fitting. So she's just acknowledging that. Um,
Okay.
your grandma's just wanting to dominate the conversation, so she's just acknowledging and wanting to dominate the conversation because she feels like it's all about her. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You were asking me about the brother-in-law, right? About a
Yeah.
brother-in-law.
Uh-huh.
Okay. He is pointing to himself. Do you know if he was, whenever they do that, that means I contributed to my own passing or I caused my own passing? Do you know if he contributed to his own passing?
Um.
Because he's blaming
No.
himself.
Oh,
He's blaming himself, putting
no.
himself in the situation. So he's blaming
Mhm.
himself. He also says that he wasn't okay in his mind or he couldn't concentrate or something was up and he mentally could not concentrate. Do you know if there
Okay.
was something affecting him right before he passed where he wasn't able to focus or he wasn't able to pay attention?
Um. When he was in the hospital, maybe.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. This is
Because
Did
before
he
he
not
passed,
take
he
care of
couldn't
himself?
communicate.
Did he not take care of himself, or was he not? What did he not do? What he was supposed to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so he contributed to his own passing. Do you know if he kind of was not coherent, or he lost his ability to be like conscious?
Right before he passed. Yeah.
Okay, was he on several drugs that also messed with his ability to be awake?
I'm not really sure about that.
Okay, because he's making me feel like I can't concentrate or I can't focus or I can't stay focused. So either he was on something or it was really messing with him because he makes me feel very out, like not in his consciously aware because he's
Mhm.
acknowledging that. He's
Mhm.
also referencing Junior. Is he the Junior?
No, I don't know his side of
Okay,
the family. Yeah.
okay. He's repeating a name and I'm seeing Junior. So either he's a Junior or he's acknowledging the Junior.
He
But
only
he's
has one son, so maybe his son.
Okay, if his son has the same name or they call him Jude, then that might be what he's referencing. He is also
Hmm.
acknowledging the month of March or the third of a month as being significant. Do you know if March or the third of any month is connected?
March. I'm not sure. I would have to ask my sister. That was her husband.
That's okay. I'm also seeing two babies in spirit as well. So there's two babies or
Oh, is
two
that
kids in spirit. Okay? Okay. So he's just acknowledging the two babies being there as well. He also
okay?
keeps talking about the picture with the silvery colored car. Do you remember a picture of him in a silvery colored car?
Yes.
Okay. He also keeps acknowledging his sunglasses. Do you also have his sunglasses?
Yes.
Got it. Do you also have the hat collection?
A hat.
There's three hats or three caps.
Could it be like a working cast?
It could be if y'all have three of them.
Oh, I'm not sure if there's
Okay,
three.
he's showing me a collection of three, and I feel like there's three hats or three caps. Unless like someone was collecting like NFL hats or someone was collecting baseball hats, but there's something about three hats that are significant or special. So he's
Hmm.
acknowledging that as well. So you may need to look into that also. I'm also seeing the color blue, so they may be blue. But there's a reference to blue hat or blue cap. But I'm seeing three. So there's a connection to three or a collection of three. He also
Okay.
keeps referencing, thank you. Um, he's laughing. That's funny because when you said brother-in-law, I almost feel like he's making fun of like the idea of like in-law as if married. Were they common law?
Yeah, he was.
Okay, because he's making fun of. It's almost like married. Like it's like so he's almost like making a joke about it, and then I'm like, they all were common law. So he's acknowledging being common law. So he's just making
Yeah,
reference to
he's
that.
just there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's okay. He's fine. He messes with the electricity or the lights, so they may have had some funny things happen with that, and that's his way of
Oh
letting
wow.
them know that he's around. He also showed up in. Thank you. Do you remember your mom talked about having a dream about him?
And a what? I'm sorry.
Do you know if your mom said that there was a dream about him?
Oh, if I've had dreams of him.
I'm asking him to validate it. He says yes, but that's not the one he's talking about. He's telling me about a dream that your mom had, where you were either he was yelling out, or he was falling off like the curb, or he was on the edge of the street. There's some dream about
Oh,
that she.
I was just with his daughter today, and she was telling me about a dream she had with him. I'm not sure if it's
Was there anything to do with being on the street or on the curb and yelling out?
no.
Okay.
I'll ask my mom.
Okay, yeah, ask her, because it's almost like sometimes when people think the worst, they only see like what someone's going through, or they see it as painful. So sometimes they'll dream about that person suffering, even though they're actually not suffering. So he's just
Mhm.
acknowledging that the person that dreamt him, that he was like calling out to them, or he was like, not okay. He actually says he's fine, to tell that person that that dream's not correct, and that they were putting some of
What?
themselves.
Oh, okay. Cause I dreamt him like right after he passed. So I'm not. Maybe it's
Do the
that.
details match up to your dream?
Um, kind of, not really, but yeah.
That's okay. The way he's showing it to me, it's almost like I dream like I'm at the porch, or I'm at the front of the house. I feel like I'm looking across the street and someone's yelling, or someone's trying to say something, but I'm not catching what they're saying. And I'm in the dream. I feel like I'm worried that the person's in pain, or they're suffering, or they're afraid, but they're
Mhm.
not. But he's almost acknowledging this. It's not an act of where he is or what he's feeling. It's more of the person's fears or anxieties around him going through that,
Mhm.
even though he's fine. So he's trying to
Mhm.
affirm that. But you need to ask about it, because it's about, like I said, being at the front of the house, and then he's almost like at the curb, or he's right across the street. Okay?
Okay. I asked my
All
mom.
right.
But
All right,
yes,
sweetheart. Well, you take care of yourself. Go back over the recording and write it all down, and then check with them.
I will. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
sweetheart. You take care.
You too. Thank you.
Bye bye. All right, let's see. A lot of people, it's funny, I noticed that on some days when I am reading for people, when I'm connecting on a mediumship level, when I'm saying stuff, they click really quickly. But there are days sometimes where some people, they don't know where I'm going with it, or they don't understand fully, or they missed it. And typically that happens on the same day whenever that does happen, where people like, because in my earlier session today, my client, she like I literally like half of the mediumship, she just could not understand what I was talking about. And then once we got to the second half, everything started to click for her, and she was like, oh, and she was finally figuring out what I was talking about, which is fine. Like, I'm so used to people saying no, 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 and I'm like, oh, no, no, this is what I'm saying. So let me bring one person on here. Let's see, I might bring her. Let's see. Decline? Why? What means decline? You requested. Why you decline? I was about to bring you on and ask and answer your question. Oh, there she is. She went back on. She probably accidentally pushed the wrong button. That's what it is. I'm gonna give her a second chance. Let's see. And then it declined again. She maybe she got excited and then she declined. That's okay. Here, let me see. I'm gonna bring somebody else on. Okay. Let's see. Hello.
Hi,
Hi, sweetheart. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. What did you want to ask me, Mama? You need to get your hormones checked. Have your cycles been off and on, or have they been kind of like sporadic?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like you need to get your hormones checked, because I feel like you might have an overactive. Um, I feel like you might have some overactive um, glands that are affecting this. Which gland? I almost want to say this might have to do with your thyroid. So your thyroid might be acting kind of wonky, and I also think that the reason why your cycles are shifting, or they're like jumping around, is because something's going on hormonally, and you probably need to follow up with the doctor.
Yeah, I've been putting that off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you'll get it under control. You'll get it
thank,
under control.
I,
Hmm.
thank you. I actually you answered my question briefly on the comments, but I wanted to go more into depth about it. It was about my cousin who recently passed away,
Hmm.
and I just spoke to his wife because I was like really excited because you actually were able to like connect a little bit, and so I we were just wondering if she says she's recently felt him in the house, and so we just wanted to like I wanted to see if you could see anything through me, and see if he has anything to say, because he was sick, but it was still unexpected.
Yeah. First of all, he keeps pointing to my liver. Do you know if his liver was becoming compromised or there was some issues with the liver function?
I don't know very many details. I know it was
Do
blood
you,
related. I don't know if
okay.
it was liver.
Do
Yeah.
you know if there was swelling or he was starting to like swell with fluid? Okay.
I think they
Okay.
said something like
I
that.
I also feel like, okay, so here's what I'm thinking, because what I'm seeing is I'm seeing my uncle. My uncle, his liver and his kidneys failed. He started to have water or fluid build up in his body, and it led to it led to his blood becoming contaminated and it leading to sepsis, which he died of sepsis. And so he's acknowledging some sort of like buildup in his system, and his body couldn't like filter out the stuff, and it just started to break down some of the organs. So his organs started to break down. He also keeps acknowledging that he kept feeling pain in his intestines. You know, he kept talking about his intestines or his digestion being weird.
I wasn't there at the hospital with him, but I know that it was he was having complications when he was in the hospital.
Okay, because he's doing this almost like I couldn't eat anymore. I couldn't do anything. So he's almost like, I didn't want to live like this. I didn't want to live like this. And he's like really, really adamant that he either can, like, if he's gonna be alive, he wants to live a full life. If he can't, he doesn't want to be here anymore. And it was like such a compromising thing to him that he was just like he was ready to go. So he is making me feel like he was ready to go. He is also acknowledging, thank you. He showed me the month of December. Do you know if the 12th or December is connected? Okay.
Yes, December is connected.
Got it, because he's acknowledging that. He also keeps talking about it's gonna sound, I feel like it's a nickname. Is there like a, I don't know if it's a T or a D. Is there like a Ducey or Ducci or Tucci or Tochi or Tucci? It's got like a D or T sound, but it's like
Not for him. I don't know if maybe his kids or whatever. I don't know if maybe they had some kind of little nickname for anything. I'm not really sure.
that's okay. I'll leave that with you, but it's like a four-letter word, and it's like D or T, and it's like I think D U or D or T U, and then this E. E. So it's got like a sound like that. Okay.
Okay.
Have y'all caught orbs in pictures?
Not me.
Round circles in pictures? Okay, that's okay. Y'all are going to find him in pictures because he says that he's been showing up as these orbs in pictures. So y'all may have seen stuff on camera.
My mom saw something on clouds.
Okay. On clouds?
Yeah, like she took a picture of a cloud. I guess she saw like images on a cloud.
Okay. He's showing me that he's showing up on pictures, and it's like a round shape or this like thing that he's acknowledging showing up on pictures. So there's a reference there. He also keeps acknowledging, thank you, he showed me a cross. Do y'all have a cross connected to him?
We always we're Catholic, so we keep crosses and light candles and stuff. Yes.
Perfect. Did y'all receive one after his passing? Because he showed me the one y'all got after the passing.
My friend did. He was his wife. Yeah.
Got it. He's making fun of her because I don't know how many times she's moved it. So she might have moved it like 5 or 6 different times, but he's making fun of her. So he's acknowledging her, like she needs to figure out what she's gonna do with this. So there's a reference there. He also is talking about the movie or the DVD. Did y'all make a movie or a DVD for him?
Yeah.
Okay.
They did for his funeral. They did a picture slideshow.
Perfect. He also is acknowledging a picture when he was sick or he was in his bed, and he looks really tirado, so he's like making fun of himself, like I look bad, but he's acknowledging, and he's almost looking a little tired, a little sleepy. Somebody else is standing next to him, and there's a picture of him, and he's like already in either hospital gown or in his bed. Is there a picture of that like him? He might even be wearing white.
I don't know, but there might be.
Okay, so he's
I'm just kind of taking all this in. Yeah.
That's okay. He also keeps talking about someone messing up his hair, or they trimmed it too short, or they messed it up.
And probably when he started getting really sick and before he had to do chemo, they shaved his head. So I don't know if maybe
because he's acknowledging like the messing up his hair. So he's just acknowledging that or making reference to that. He also, thank you. He's talking about the 4 children or the 4 kids. Did they have 4 kids?
They only had 2.
Okay. He showed me the number 4.
Okay.
Do you have 4 children? No, that's not it. Do you know if they had 2 miscarriages? There was 2 children that didn't make it?
I don't know. I don't know, but like I said, maybe like
Yeah,
I'll take this information and yeah, maybe
that's okay.
it,
Yeah, I'll
it
leave
is
it. I'll leave it
relevant.
because he's talking about the 4 kids, so he's making reference to that. So he's almost acknowledging 4 kids, and making reference to that. He also talks about thank you. Are they making a blanket, or are they going to take his blanket and use it for different things?
I'm not sure.
Okay, he's showing me something like that. So it's almost like they're
Okay.
ripping a fabric and making something new. There's something there that he's acknowledging. He's also talking about the bear. Someone has like a bear stuffed animal that's like him. So he's referencing someone referring to the bear as him.
Okay.
Okay, so he's
Mm-hmm.
acknowledging that as well. Do y'all have a picture where y'all all went to the beach when he this was before he was sick, and y'all were, it was like you, I guess way before. He's acknowledging a picture at the beach or fishing.
It might be his wife might have some. They used to travel, so maybe they
Okay,
have.
because he's,
I don't know.
yeah, because he's acknowledging a picture of the family at the beach, or like on a, it might even be on like one of the boats next to the beach, but he's acknowledging a picture and it's like one of his favorites. So he's acknowledging that as
I
well.
know that they took a trip for his daughter's first birthday and they were like on a boat or they went on a cruise or something. So that might be it. Because
Perfect.
when you said that, that's the first thing that I came to my mind.
Got it. He also is acknowledging a shadow box with the little saints or with the little figures. Do you know if there's a shadow box like that that's also got little figures and there's something there that has that's for him as well?
There's shadow boxes with jerseys, but not figures.
Okay.
Unless they've
It
been
almost
added
feels
in.
like it's little figures or little people on the shadow box. Almost like if it might even be a sticker of a person, but they're small and they're right in front on the front of the, but it's almost like right there. Because I feel like I'm looking at a shadow box and then I'm seeing little
Okay.
people. So there's something there he's making reference to or acknowledging. So if they have like a small like sticker that they put of a player or whatever, there's something there that he's making reference to. He also
Okay.
showed me the number 6 or 16. Is there a 6 or 16 connection?
I think so. Right now, my head's just all over the
No,
place.
I'm used
But
to it. I'm used to
yeah,
it. It's
but
okay. He's showing me that he was
okay.
in the vehicle. Thank you. Were you? Do you know? I don't know if this was yesterday because he's showing me talking about. I heard you in the vehicle, or I'm in the vehicle with you. So I don't know if it's you or the wife, but he's acknowledging this, and it might have even been yesterday.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
he's fine. He's okay.
He was so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's annoying, so that he's coming across like annoying, so that's the way he's coming across, but not annoying like bad annoying, like funny or like, oh, you're getting on my nerves. Like
He
that's the way.
was he was Mr. Know-it-all. So he
Mm,
knew everything.
uh,
He had all the facts.
yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. No, he's fine. He's okay. And he's with y'all. And thank you. He made a rainbow, or he's made them rainbows so they can connect with that rainbow.
Okay.
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 All right, sweetheart. You take
Thank
care.
you so much. I'm gonna get that thyroid checked.
Yes, please.
I am.
Go
And
to
I'm
an endocrinologist because you need to do a whole hormonal workup. I feel like you've been
okay.
dealing with this since you were a teenager. So this isn't uncommon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. No, it's my periods are so bad. Yes. Thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome, sweetheart.
appreciate it. Bless
Absolutely.
you.
Take care.
You too.
Bye-bye. All right, I think I'm gonna do one more. I think I have enough time for one more. Actually, let me do 2 texts real quick, and then because I want to make sure I cover everybody here. Um, Francis Field, I had a reading with you over a year ago. I was wondering if you could let me know if Asher's adoption is going to go through. Yeah, I feel like the adoption will go through, but there may have to be a run through with an additional organization for whatever reason. But it's almost like it's almost like a technicality. I don't feel like it's actually going to stop anything from happening. Okay. Um, Erica on Facebook. Hey, Ferny, will we be able to save my father-in-law's house? I feel like y'all may be able to extend the time y'all have to be able to work out arrangements or to make arrangements, but I don't think y'all are going to be keeping it because I don't think it's going to stick. So I kind of feel like by summertime, I don't feel like the house is around. So, or not hot around. I don't feel like y'all have control of the house. I feel like that may change by summer. But I feel like y'all may be able to extend the time to make arrangements or to work out some sort of arrangement. Y'all may get some extra time for that. Okay. Let's go to here. Let me get her back. GMTC's like, I didn't decline. Let me go back to you. I'm gonna give you one more shot. So go slowly. Tap the button slowly. Okay. So that way you don't, because I think you might have accidentally like pushed the button, and then if you tap something else, it might have like, there we go. Let's see. It says decline. It says connecting, and then it says declined, like as if something got pressed incorrectly. So I'm gonna try it one more time. Let me see. Connecting, declined. See, it did it again, Mama. I did it again. So I don't know what that's about. It may be something that you have on your end or have set up with your account. Bring somebody else on before I conclude today. Not Sunday. Sunday. There we go. Hello. Hi,
Hi.
sweetheart. How you doing?
Hi. Yeah, I'm okay. Please excuse my hair. It's really late over here.
No, you're fine. You're fine. What did you want to ask me about?
I just wanted to know if my mum and dad are around me. I don't feel them. I try and talk to them, just like, the stuff that you do, but I never like notice anything or feel anything. I don't feel them around me like ever.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's a couple of reasons why that may take place, and then I'll see if I can connect with them. One is sometimes when we get so stuck in our own analytical mind, it's kind of like a wall that actually acts against them being able to get in. So when we're overly pensive or thought provoked, that usually will block, like push them out. So you might just have a very, very like dominant analytical mind, and that may just kind of keep them from, because you also have to be able to connect with that emotional side of ourselves. And sometimes you really get stuck in your head. So that may be part of the reason. But if you want to increase your likelihood of being able to connect with them right before you go to bed, think of one of them or both. Think of a memory and try to reach for the feeling that you had in that moment when you were having that memory. Because what that will do is that will bring up all of that emotional energy and charge, and then fall asleep thinking about that and having that memory. Don't let yourself go into sadness. Just think of the memory and the moment that you were having that experience and the emotions attached to that, and just talk to them and say, I'm welcoming, any visitation from you. You want to stop by and say hello, and fall asleep doing that. And if you can do that a few nights, you're bound to have at least one experience or dream. But you might have to remember the dream, which wake up, write it down. With your dad, I'm smelling smoke. Did your father smoke, or was there, did he like to smoke when he was younger?
I don't know. I don't think he smoked. Not that I know. I was 7 years old when he passed over.
That's
so
okay.
I don't know if he smoked. He might have done in his younger days. I'm not
Okay,
sure.
because I'm smelling smoke, so I'm almost reminded of like smoking or a scent of smoke because I'm smelling that. He also keeps, thank you. He also keeps acknowledging. I feel like either he. Was there a lack of understanding or a lack of diagnosis with his condition?
I think that what I know anyway, I don't know a lot, but he had different types of cancer. Like he kept getting stuff like that, and then I didn't know when he died. He just like died.
Yeah, because I feel like this was completely missed, or they didn't fully understand what was.
He had sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I think it was sepsis or something. He ended up getting infected.
Okay, because what I'm seeing and what I'm reminded of, I was watching a show a few last week at some time, and this physician, he was checking a doctor, and basically the inside of the inside of the horse, there was an organ or something that actually just died or stopped functioning and became infected and led to the horse's passing. So he's showing me that. So there's a reference to that. He also keeps acknowledging that he knew something was wrong. He just didn't know it was as serious as it was. So he is not aware of how severe it had become, because he thought that it was just something that he could, shake off, or he could get through. He also keeps repeating his name 3 times. Are there 3 people in the family who carry that name?
Sorry. Did it just
That's okay.
Not that I know of, no.
Okay, he's showing me something 3 times. So it's either he's the 3rd, or there's 3 people who have the name, because he's acknowledging 3. Okay, so I'll leave that with you. You might need to look into it, but he's acknowledging that. He also keeps acknowledging Charlie or Charles or could be Chuck. Is there a Charlie or Charles name connected to the family?
No, I don't. Not that I know of. No.
That's okay. So there's a Charlie or a Charles name, and he's also showing me military service. So there might have been someone who's connected to the family who may have been connected to the military, but also has a connection to this Charles or Charlie. So if there's someone in spirit who's passed, he's just letting us know who's with them in spirit. He also
That one.
got it. Do you have a picture of him holding you as a baby?
Yeah, I do. It's like one of the only pictures I
Got
have.
it. Because he's acknowledging that being his favorite picture. So he's making reference to that or acknowledging that. He also says that he's apologizing because he feels that he could have prevented his passing had he known, and he could still be here for you. So he's acknowledging that he's not able to be here in physical for you, but that he hasn't left and that he's still around you. So he is acknowledging that, but he is also apologizing that you haven't been able to have those experiences with him. He also says that there will be someone who is like a father in your life, especially as you go into adulthood. And he says he will make arrangements for someone to be there when it is time to get married, to be walked down the aisle. He says he's gonna be able to facilitate that for you, but he says that he's gonna find people to fill in for him, and it will be odd because you will have a little nod when that happens. Birds are connected to him, but it's not a traditional bird like a cardinal. This feels more like it's a type of finch that's either yellow or blue. So there's a type of smaller bird like a yellow or bluish color that sometimes may appear or show up, and it's his way of trying to get your attention. You might even find these feathers. He's also talking about coins as well, so you'll find coins in the oddest places, and that's also a sign from him.
I did literally. I was vacuuming my room today, and there was a coin, just a 1p in the corner of my room. It was so weird, right?
There you go. So it's just a sign from him that he's dropping them just to let you know he's around and that he's with you. With mom, thank you. Were you a rough pregnancy, or was it a rough pregnancy for mom?
She did have a rough pregnancy, yeah, not with me either.
Because she's acknowledging like it being a rough pregnancy, but she also keeps it thank you. She says proud, so she is acknowledging proudship or being prideful of you, but she's also thank you. Could mom be a little bit tough, or she could be a little bit having more expectations or being a little bit more rigid?
Not that I got to know her, not really. I wouldn't say so.
That's okay. She's acknowledging herself in kind of like a rough or rigid way. Sometimes she couldn't be as rough or as rigid. She could be a little rigid about some things in her life. She's laughing. Yeah, she's laughing because she says you're like a complete breath of fresh air in comparison to her. So it's almost like you two are very different in who you are as people. But she says you're both just as intelligent. You just handle things very differently, and she's just acknowledging it in that way. She also talks about having to take a test or having to take something twice. Did you have to go through something twice with your exams or with your testing?
I feel like that rings a bell, but I've done so many different.
That's okay. It's almost like to complete a program or to complete something, I got to do something twice because the first time I tried it didn't work out. That's okay. I'll leave that with you. But she's almost acknowledging like good job doing it again because she's making reference to that. She also keeps thank you. Annie. Is there an N or an Annie in the family?
Abby.
Who's Abby?
Abby's my sister. She looks after me.
Okay.
Well, I live with her.
Got it. She's just acknowledging your sister or making reference to your sister. She's also showing me a baby. Is your sister planning on having a child, or is there a child that has been born recently?
No, not a child that's been born. She struggles carrying children.
Okay. I almost feel like she's trying to tell her to keep trying because she's acknowledging that there's a child for her because she's holding a child for me, but I feel like it's like wanting to have a child. So she's acknowledging a child for her. So to keep attempting it because there is a child meant for her. So even though she may struggle, she's acknowledging that there is a child for her. Okay. She's also talking about the 5. Has your sister had 5 miscarriages?
It's either 4 or 5, yeah.
Okay, because she's acknowledging the 5, because she's showing me it's almost like the same soul trying to get back in. So she will end up getting pregnant at some point. She just may have to keep trying or keep attempting it. She also talks about her rings. Do you know there are 2 rings connected to mom?
Yeah.
She's just acknowledging the rings as well. So she's making reference to that. Do you have going to sound weird. I feel like I'm seeing a piece of fabric with a pocket in it, but I don't know if this is like a pillow with a pocket or an apron in a pocket. Is there a piece of fabric connected to mom that y'all may still have?
I've got a dressing gown.
Does it have the pockets in the front?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. So she's showing me this piece of fabric with the pocket. So she's just showing me that. So there's a reference to that. So if you have that, she's just acknowledging you having that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So she's with you. She's okay, sweetheart.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, my dear. You take care of yourself.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, y'all. It is time to come to an end. So I will be back next Wednesday, same time, same place. So for those of you who want to stick around, I'm about to get a few moments because we're going to do our study group with Conversations with God material. So I'll be back in just a few moments, okay? Love you all, and I hope you all